Here is a 2024 Volkswagen Atlas Cross Sport SEL R line in silver mist metallic over Titan black leather. This gets a full refresh from the exterior, interior, even changing the motor. No more VR6 engine, which this is going to have 7 horsepower less, but you're going to get 7 pound-feet of torque more. I'm Anthony from Hawkeye Rides, and we're going to go over this whole vehicle with pros and cons and some comparison. In the front, rework C-structure, LED, IQ headlights and daytime runnings that integrate into the light bar that's over the Volkswagen emblem. Gloss black will be on the horizontal bars and some chrome that's going to go in between it with your front parking sensors. Same clearance at 8 inches. Going to comparable rivals like the Honda Passport, this is going to be a little bit more sporty and athletic looking, where that's going to be a little bit more rugged, especially if you do the Trail Sport option, in which it will have more ground clearance, 34 horsepower more than the standard 2.0 turbo of last year. This all-new engine, 2.0 liter, 4-cylinder turbocharge, producing 269 horsepower and 273 pound-feet of torque paired to a 8-speed Tiptronic automatic transmission, achieving 19 mpgs for the city and 26 mpgs for the highway. It's up 2 and 3 mpgs from the VR6 engine. Optional 21-inch wheels. We have 20-inch multi-spoke alloy wheels. Cross Sport badging comes with the chrome. And on this side, I kind of wish they would have done a little bit of chrome delete, especially around the window trims, because this is the Cross Sport. We're looking for that sporty style, which we emphasized it in the front. And then we're giving more of a luxury twist on the side. It's the same length and wheelbase, and even though we've lowered the engine, it's no more V6 at all, we still get 5,000 pounds of towing, so you don't have to worry about trading in the VR6 because you're going to get the same capabilities. Revised LED light bar and brake lights that integrate into the Volkswagen badging, and they keep the chrome bar that surrounds it similar to the prior gen, which again, because this is more of the sporty line, I kind of wish that they took some of that chrome off, because they even do it on the lower bumper around the exhaust outlets, which these are just covers, but I like that it gives that sporty look with the diffuser in the gloss black because of the R line. Reverse sensors and a reverse camera. The coupe style gets the gloss black on the lower roof spoiler and on the shark fin antenna. Going to comparable rivals, Subaru, Toyota, Honda, all of them are going to tow at 5,000 pounds. The more unique thing here is we have only one engine option. So when you go to Honda and you get a 2-wheel drive, it's not going to get 5,000 pounds of towing. It's going to get 3,500 pounds. Here, one option, easier to tick on the box, and you're getting that towing capacity. Power liftgate going into 40 cubic feet of storage, LED interior lights with a privacy cover, a little bit of storage nooks on both sides with a 12-volt. And underneath, we get a spare tire, split fold, the rear bench at a 60-40 split. Unfortunately, they didn't redesign it where you could do it here. You have to actually go to the back seats to do so. And then it will increase your cargo to 77.6 cubic feet, and it's a more flat floor. It does sit up a little bit because this is the Cross Sport. Let's go inside and start up this new turbocharge so you can hear that exhaust note. Vienna leather for the first and second row, heated ventilated seats, 10-way power seat adjustment for the driver, 8-way power seat adjustment for the passenger, memory for the driver. Headroom for the Atlas Cross Sport is going to be perfectly fine for tall people. Same thing for leg space. The footwells are nice and deep and wide for the front. You'll have the leatherette strip that's going to go on the lower tier with the contrast stitching. I like the aluminum instead of the wood because this is the Cross Sport with the gloss black. So the whole dashboard looks a lot more sporty. The air vents get 2 tiers on both the driver and the passenger side. And you have some quick right here for the climate control for the new 12-inch infotainment screen. Dual climate control settings for the front. You can change all your assistants just like before, just it's a little bit easier because you have quick tabs right here, changing the driver modes. And you can also custom set it to make it as sporty as you like, or you can just simply click here for the dual climate control, click the little square, and now you have the quick wedges for the Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Sound system will be set with a 6-speaker. Push the rocker into reverse with full trajectory for the rear, front, and rear parking sensors. Working into the revised center cluster that opens up to a wireless charging pad, USB ports, and you get a secret USB port right here if you want to put a radar detector or a dash cam. So I like what they're doing there. Gloss black going to be around the rocker and the cup holders. The new key fob derived from the ID4. A storage pocket right here, open up to a deep storage pocket with another USB. It's not going to be as large as the prior gen, but it still has enough space because we get a pass-through also to give optimal space. Leather wrap steering wheel. This is the R-Line heated multi-function with adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, the paddle shifters, and a 10.25 gauge cluster. And the best part about the refresh is what I'm going to show you right now. It's not all this digital stuff. It's the fact that we now can do the navigation on both sides. You were not able to do that in 23 or prior. Heads-up display, auto-dimming rear view mirror, panel moonroof, and the door panels get the sporty design that runs into the dashboard. And it's going to be soft to touch where it needs to be. One touch up and down for all the windows. A larger storage pocket than the prior gen that you could fit probably a 2-liter. And more of the ID4 coming into play because this is the same exact segment as the ID4 as well as the 12-inch screen. And everything is push or tap in order to open the panel and the interior lighting. For the back seats, you're going to have extra room because there's no third row. For your headroom, the leg room, storage behind both of the front seats, heated rear seats, air vents, USBs, and a home plug with an armrest that has cup holders, manual sunshades, very similar to the prior. And the door panel gets the same materials found in the front, but I like the way they reworked it because now you kind of have a little bit of an area here. You can put a larger phone, plus you still get the 2 tiers and a cup or bottle holder in this front. Sliding over, the floor is not completely flat, but you have an area that you can put your feet. The rails are pushed up if you need to share feet space, but in shoulder space is going to be fine because it's a wide vehicle. And the same thing with headroom, you can actually fit 3 adults over 6 foot tall my dimensions in the back seats. Taking the redesigned 2024 Atlas Cross Sport with 269 horsepower, 273 pound-feet of torque. We're down 7 horsepower, we're up 7 pound-feet of torque, so it kind of has a happy medium in my book. Turbocharge is going to push you back, and the VR6 engine was very special, which I kind of wish they didn't discontinue it and not put it in any of their models, because it's not just the performance that was coming out of it, but it was how it was engineered. So when you're going to this variant, yes, you're going to get better fuel economy. It's a smaller engine and you are getting a lot out of it, meaning 5,000 pounds of towing, which is the same as the VR6. But 2 to 3 MPGs is not necessarily something that's going to break the bank account. Some things right off the top that has to go into the pros is the upgrades in the interior. The screen layout, now you can put navigation on both the driver cluster and the infotainment. Heads-up display can be seen with polarized glasses or without. You still have that wide interior because it's a wide vehicle, and you still have a sporty style because they didn't put wood everywhere. They gave us this aluminum look or carbon fiber type look mixture through the dash with the gloss black. They didn't go everything gloss black, which is also a pro because you're not going to constantly have to clean everything. The rocker looks elegant, just not a huge fan of it, but I get what they're doing because it optimizes space in the center cluster. On a con, you're losing some in that storage right here where you put your arms to rest, but we get a pass-through now too, so it's a give and take. What they've done for the upgrades, it's really hard to say they've done anything to make it bad. Performance? Maneuverability seems good because the steering is very light, more of an artificial feel, so you're not going to feel anything of the road, even with 20-inch or if you upgrade to the 21-inch optional wheels. Road noise does filter in through the wheel well area, not so much through the side windows. Acoustic front windscreen, and I like how it's sleek too because it keeps a sporty feel even though you sit quite high up. Some more pros, you're still getting the same towing, you still get the same cargo capacity and the same interior width and dimensions for the back seat. So if you don't need a third row, you're not losing headroom that much because a lot of it's more derived towards the cargo area, and you get that coupe style from Volkswagen for a fraction of the price. It's actually a little bit lower price too, considering all the safety features that have been upgraded and all of the standard features that you're getting. Going to some cons about the vehicle, everything is derived through the infotainment screen. So now it's very Audi based, but it still has quick taps. So even though you have to do everything through it, at least you can quickly push the Climatron to do the dual climate control settings or the tri-climate control settings in the vehicles. Some other cons is they went too much chrome. When you go R-Line, you're looking to get a dynamic look. We're not looking for a luxury blend here. Chrome Delete would be something that I would definitely option. And then the wheel design to it, they did such a good job styling the exterior, and then it's like they almost forgot about what wheel design to put on the car. Yeah, you can option 21-inch, but Volkswagen, for some reason, I feel like they need to talk to Audi a little bit more so they get that style correct. Some other pros though, is now we have, hey Volkswagen, turn the climate up.
Please repeat.
Turn the climate control down.
Okay, lowering now.
Because of the refreshed interior, this is going to be better than the Honda Passport. This is also going to have a lot more room than the Subaru Ascent. And obviously you don't get a third row with that, and you could compare this against other Subaru variants, but the interior space, it doesn't matter which one you go to, you're going to have just as much cargo capacity in this, and the performance is going to be a little bit more athletic in here than all of those Subaru variants with the same towing capacity, and you sit up just as high. I know it's not 8.7 inches of clearance, but I feel like I'm like 9 inches of clearance. I was a bit skeptical about the engine in the refresh, but it's really hard to say that it isn't better because it really is a lot better and more refined. Turn radius is about 2 in a part lane. Let's rock and roll now. So for the turbo, it seems like you need to be over 2 RPMs, obviously. It is a heavier vehicle. You will feel a little bit of it when you're pushing it, but nothing that's really more so than the VR6 engine. Even that one, it feels good. It's just not going to feel like, oh my God, I'm going so far back. You get the same performance feel in this, but you're getting a little bit more of a lively feel in the sense of that turbocharge, because when it does kick in, you do go back just a touch. We got it in sport mode. I got the Tiptronic where it's paddle shifters. Now let's see the performance. In the dynamics. And the exhaust note that filters in, it sounds like a 4-cylinder, don't get me wrong, but it's clean. And it kind of helps a little bit with the sound deadening because it gives you that bass type of sound that comes out of the exhaust. So overall, it's a very impressive engine because you are getting the same performance and better MPGs than the prior gen for the VR6 engine. But let me know your thoughts in the comments, and if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Check out the next video, merchandise, website, and Instagram. Leave a comment and a like, and I'd like to thank Volkswagen of Newport Richey for giving us this 2024 Volkswagen Atlas Cross Sport SELR line for our car review.